Hey guys, what's going on? I didn't see you standing there. Well, hey, while you're here, I thought about making a really quick video showing the roof rack on my first gen Tacoma. This is for 01 to 04 first gen double cab Tacomas only, not for second or third gen. So from the factory, 01 to 04 Tacomas as an option, not as a standard thing, but as an option, you had the option to get a little thin small roof rack on the 01 to 04 Tacomas. Mine did not come with one, and if you guys are watching this video and you have a first gen double cab, you probably know it's kind of tricky to figure out a roof rack option. So I've got a Smittybilt Defender rack here that I've kind of made work with my 01 to 04 double cab. So if you're interested, sit back, grab something cold to drink, and let's get into it. You guys probably know from watching a lot of my videos, there are a lot of first-person view here with my cell phone, so it's not the greatest footage, but I do try my best. So let's see if I can keep the shaking to a minimum. So guys, to give you a little backstory here, this is my 04 Tacoma double cab. I have quite a few videos of it, and you're going to see a lot more. I'm going to do an updated truck video here pretty soon. So what we got here, guys, is we got my 04 Tacoma double cab, and what you see here, and the point of this video, is the Smittybilt Defender roof rack. Now this roof rack is a 3.5 by 5 foot, so 3.5 by 5 foot Defender roof rack. This is the one-piece welded. It's not the bolt-together one. I wanted the one-piece welded for strength and more durability. If you guys go on Smittybilt website, they actually recommend, I believe it's the 4x5 or the 4x4, I don't quite remember. But from the very front of this truck, if you look, the 3.5 foot fits this cab perfect. It fits almost perfectly for the rails right here. Well, not really rails, but the Thule racks here that we're going to show you here in a second. It's perfectly spaced to make it work. So if you got the 4 foot wide one, it'd be too wide. So how did I make this work? Well, first off, I'm going to tell you, there's 0 holes drilled in this roof. This is all 100% bolt-on installation. So what we got here is we have the the Thule 480 or the 480R. I don't really think it matters which ones you get, but this is the 480 towers, and then you get the 1064 foot kit with the foot pack. So that mounts to the cab here. This is the rubber part that mounts to the cab, and then these are the clamps that clamp onto your door rail here. So it's 1064 Thule fit kit. That says it's for 95.5 to 04 Tacomas, and the Thule 480 towers. So you need 4 of those. And then you got your 3.5 by 5 Smittybilt Defender rack. And what these are, these little pieces right here, these are part of the Smittybilt, I believe it's called Adjuster Rack. These are an accessory that you get from Smittybilt for your rack. And I'm trying to show you, I'll show you right here. This is the center portion of the rack. They mount on these little brackets right here that are welded onto the rack. So if I can show you guys this, what I did was, so on these 480 mounts from Thule, they come with a square bar, right? It comes with a square bar mount, just like you see right here that I have my tent. This is a different Thule mount for the foot pack for the rack, but this is the square bar mount that you get for this. What I did was, I actually removed the square mount, put a bolt through the bottom of it. There's a little channel right here that a bolt will sit in, and then I took this Adjust-A-Mount from Smittybilt. It's a factory part for the rack. I bolted the mount to the Thule mount, and then I bolted this to the rack. If you can see this right here. So the only thing that looks kind of ghetto here is these mounts right here. They're on all 4 corners of the truck, of the rack. And I'm probably going to just cut these off eventually, but they came with the rack. I bought this rack secondhand off OfferUp. Basically what these are, these mount on a little channel that are meant to bolt directly through the cab of whatever vehicle you choose to do it on. I didn't want to do that, obviously, so I just opted to use this. Bolted to the rack, bolted to the Thule 480 mount with the 1064 foot pack. That's it, guys. And it completely bolts together. I used to have a problem. I bought this rack about 10 years ago with my first double cab to haul some kayaks on. I made it fit for this rack. The problem I had, guys, is whenever I shut my door, there would be this huge gap right here where I could actually stick my finger through it and rain would actually leak in and the door wouldn't skew right. That's how I got it from the canopy dealer local to me. They're the ones that set it up. I didn't do anything. So what I did was, when I was putting this rack together, I had everything loose. I had everything loosely put together, but everything was loose and not 100% bolted down. I had shoved as far inward as I could on these mounts with these bolts being loose, shoved as far forward as I could, tightened these down, tightened the rack bolts down. Now everything shuts perfect. Doors all seal. As you can see right here, you can see on this part of the rack mount where the door would slam into it and part of the rubber would chip off because it wasn't fitting right. They all fit perfect on here now, guys. No leaks in any rain, whatever. It works perfectly. So, now, let's show you something else that's really awesome. So for a while, I had wanted to get a light bar. I was bouncing back and forth between a 40-inch or a 42-inch, and I follow a Tacoma, not really a forum, but a Tacoma page on Facebook, and it seems like a lot of people either use 40 or 42. Well, I picked a 42-inch curved LED light bar, and then you can get brackets that you have to screw into your A-pillar right here and then seal them up, and then you can mount the light bar here, and I didn't really want to drill holes. I'm not really a hole drilling guy, if you can imagine why I didn't want to drill holes in the roof. Check this out. So, the mounts that came with the 42-inch light bar right here, that would normally, you know, use to mount on a roof or flat surface. What I did was I inverted them, meaning I took this, you know, the mount, and I put it inward versus this tab fitting outward, and it fits perfectly on the 3.5 foot wide Smittybilt rack. Look at that. It's perfectly spaced. Now what you do have to do, if you choose to do this, is you do have to drill a hole through your roof rack and then put a through bolt through it to put the light bar on. That's up to you. I just wanted to do it because it drills I don't really care. I'll drill a hole in the rack. It doesn't really matter. But I wanted a light bar, and I got it fit just perfectly in front of the windshield. That made me such a happy camper. Now, if you don't want a light bar, the Smittybilt Defender racks do come with 4 tabs, as you can see right here, that you can fit. You can even mount a light bar to those, or you could put some round lights on there. What I thought about doing is I have the 9-inch LED spots on the front of my truck. What I thought about doing was putting 4 7-inchers right there, but I didn't really want to deal with wiring each light individually and grounding, so I just opted for the light bar. So, now let's get into some Smittybilt accessories. Accessory number 1 is the shovel and axe mount, or whatever kind of square-handled or round-handled tools you want to do. So, I want to show you guys something that I discovered, actually a friend of mine discovered while we were messing around one day. So I put one of these little tiny padlocks in here, and you got a pretty big through hole there for putting like a 1/4-inch padlock, whatever. What we discovered was, he was just messing around, and he came over one day, and he started unloosening these nuts right here. This is a factory Smittybilt product that bolts onto your rack. With this lock on there, you can unscrew both of these, and you can take the axe and the shovel right off. That was a pretty big news flash to me. So what I need to do, and I advise you guys to do if you have this product, is to get a bigger padlock, because people can steal that right off your rig. So that's next on my list. Another thing that I discovered with the shovel facing forward is, if you see how it sits right behind or right in front of my light bar here, I have it shoved as far back as I can, because when I turn the light bar on at night, it actually reflects off the shovel and bounces light back into the cab. And being that it's a silver truck, it lights up my whole hood like a Christmas tree. So you could probably put the shovel backwards. I like the way it looks forwards. I don't use my light bar a whole lot, but when I do, it does kind of distract me a little bit, but I only use it mainly on off-road and stuff like that. Going back to the second not high lift, but Smittybilt accessory is the high lift jack mount. This is another Smittybilt accessory that's made for the rack, and it bolts on 100%. Let me tell you something, I don't like it. The shovel and axe one, I really like. It's a good mount. This thing, I don't like it. So, they don't give you anything to attach the high lift to the actual jack. What I did was I took a trailer hitch pin, and I have it through the front one right here, and then I have a padlock, probably the same padlock I should get for the other side, bolting it through here to hold the jack in. So, you hit any little bump, it just shakes like crazy. What I thought about doing is putting like some pipe cover foam just around the jack right here in both spots to keep it from rattling. But I come in my driveway, come down a dirt road, that's all I hear. That is super annoying to me, and I absolutely hate it. And it's actually going to go, and I'm going to put the jack on the actual rack itself because, check this out. Little side note. I have a brand new 8-foot Smittybilt awning that's going to go on this side here. My wife got me that for my birthday. Woohoo! Thanks, honey. So, the jack's going to come off. I don't really recommend that high lift jack mount for your Smittybilt rack. Yes, you can put some padding right there and it make it work, but it's annoying to me. Other than that, I mean, it works. It gets your jack up and out of the way. So let's climb up on top. First off, check this out. I'm yanking on this thing as hard as I can. This rack is super solid, guys. It's not going to move anywhere. So, on my 3.5 by 5 foot rack right here, I have my camp table. It's just strapped down with a bungee cord. It's rock solid. It doesn't go anywhere. I have my Max Trax knockoffs over there, bungee cord, and then I have a 2-gallon Roto Packs bolted down back there. And I still have room right here to put stuff up front here. I was really hoping that my recovery boards would fit sideways in here, but they don't, so I have them back there like that. And I have room back there to put, you know, water jug or whatever I want right there. So there's still plenty of room to put stuff, but that keeps my bed open because, check this out, and this is going to be another video coming up, but I have that Overlander bed set up pretty well done here. ARB drawer setup with Tacoma Fit Kit on the side, Dometic fridge with the Dometic slides out, drawer slides out. So my bed is almost perfectly outfitted. The only thing I have to do is I want to add a second battery up there for the fridge and for lights, and then probably hook up some awning lights as well. So there's the rack, guys. If you're looking for ideas for your 01 to 04 double cabs, here's a great solution, guys. It's all 100% bolt-on, and you can lift it right off. The rack itself doesn't weigh a whole lot, neither do the Thule mounts. I would obviously recommend taking all your accessories off before removing the rack, as it's going to get heavier if you do that. But anyways, guys, I hope that gives you some ideas for your 01 to 04 double cabs, and it gets you out there and gets you camping and gets your overlanding rig set up. So thanks for watching, guys. I know I haven't put a whole lot on my channel lately. I've been busy with other stuff, but new truck EDC video coming up. A truck Overlander bed video is going to be coming up. More things to come, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care.